Good morning, good morning. I see we've got one viewer. Mac, that's probably you, the one viewer there, eh? Anyway, good morning. How are you, Mac? Are you okay?
Good morning, people.
Oh, there's Tommy as well. We've got two guys. All right, okay. I haven't done anything here, gentlemen, so I'm going to take my sweet time to set up everything. Let's have a look around, see who's here, who's not here. There's Kevin. There's someone else. Oh, there's Uncle John, a couple of other guys there. So this morning, about half an hour ago when I spawned in here, it was still nice and wet. Right now, it doesn't seem that wet. It seems to have dissipated. Hello, Christer. Right, so I'm just going to start setting up. You guys start chatting in the background. I hope you guys had a good week and we'll have a good, fantastic weekend. I just want to run through a couple of settings. One thing I forgot to put in the release notes this morning when I released the latest Zibo is in the built-in ground services. Zibo sent me a message early this morning. He actually disabled the fuel truck because when you use real ops in the last couple of versions, we had two fuel trucks. We had the Zibo one come and we had the real ops. So that's been disabled. He said I must just test it. So that's why I'm checking here. It says disabled there. All right, and then to put you guys into the picture again, where's my real ops thingy now? Now it doesn't want to show me on my screen. Give me a second. Let me find it. Got it. Okay, there it's gone again. Let me start it again. Okay. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pop this thing out, but you can see I've selected everything. We're going to use the jetway as far as I know. So I'm just popping this thing out, getting it on my spare screen here so I can actually see the timer and all. And then we're going to use Airside Services to do the actual loading of the aircraft for us. As you can see, there it starts. And then I will start the real ops service on the side as well. And just check that it looks better. Mac, I don't know if you can see there's like a flicker every couple of seconds. I don't know if you see it on stream.
Yes. Well, yeah.
It flashes. It flashes. And the reason I started using window mode was to get rid of that flickering. Now, ever since I went back to full screen and came out of full screen again, I get this thing where if I click outside of X-Plane, like on one of these other apps, and I click back on it, it flashes. And it's highly irritating. Morning, Rob. Morning, Scotsman. All right, so this is... have a look, see, catering, cleaning. All right, the other door should open now. doors are opening. So why are we not getting our jetway? Does the jetway actually work? Let's call it manually. Oh, that jetway doesn't work. Okay, so let's stop real ops. Let's go back to stairs and start the service. All right, because that jetway is dead. And maybe we can see some passengers walking around here as well. Right, in the interim, that thing is going to run for us. We're going to do our thing.
459, push and start from stand 15.
Wrong button. Mac, is your PC up and running again now already or not yet?
Not yet. I've not been too mobile this week.
Okay, I'm just checking. And then Gilbert, no worries. It's my traditional streaming time, eh? Really, the only time I don't stream is when I have got work, a course on, or when I'm sick, eh? Or dead tired. That's the other reason. But other than that, this is me, Saturday morning. I think that thing is waiting for my switch. Yep, there we go again. Just have to get that seat belts on there.
Captain, we are starting boarding now. Please, make sure the cabin is conditioned.
I'm using the jetway power, and I think that's why I forgot to switch on the ASU. I did flick the switches, but there was no air coming.
Geneva traffic, Sky Malik 04, line up and take off, runway 60.
The cars are crisp and clear this morning, eh? Well, that we don't need. Oh, you know what? That is stupid. It's gonna change. Don't do it now. You're too quick. Finish your loading. All right. Okay. So, see what happens here. I think we missed the actual fuel loading now. Aye. Anyway, you guys can also test it. Let me know.
459, taxi from runway 22 via inner and out. 459.
Right, so just let me know if you still see that both of the fuel trucks, because you should only see one. It actually says on this app that it is busy refueling. This is very strange. Catering we don't need. We'll just try again. The Zibo fuel truck definitely didn't show up, so I mean that much we know because it was fueling and I did watch there, but
Is it still fueling? Was it already finished?
I think it's done, Mac. It is done. The fuel is already at the capacity it should be.
Yeah. So you won't get a fuel truck.
Yeah, but I did check the Zibo side of things. Then what I forgot to do is go back to check when the real ops was showing.
Yeah.
Right, so right now I told there's the lavatory truck. I told it to do the refueling. You know, I stopped the service and restarted it. It's not having any influence. There it comes on the load of the Zibo. So that's just cosmetic. You know, it's just playing a role. And there you can see there's only one now. So I'm happy. I'm happy.
Yeah.
But the rest of the guys, you guys must just check it anyway. Christer, it's not about the fuel truck as such. Let me show you. If you go to your custom general config, at the end, it's the built-in ground services. When Zibo did the ground services, he took out the catering and the steps and things like that. He never took out the fuel truck. So in this version 28, he took out the fuel truck. You see, now it's disabled because we're already using the actual airside services. I can't change it now, but mine is disabled. This is the one setting that you need to disable. It's just the built-in ground services. And you do that to then eliminate all the other Zibo ground services so that you only see real ops. All right, if you don't have real ops, don't disable it, please. Then you obviously want to see it. Yeah, for those who use real ops like me, you go in there. That's that single one little thing, you built-in ground services. That is what you disable, and that must then clear out all the Zibo ground services, leaving you free to use the real ops like I'm using it now. Right, and then, like I said, I use airside services to do my loading in the Zibomod because this real ops is not capable of loading the Zibo correctly at this point in time. So, you know, just for the sake of
Traffic 459 lined up for white and white 6.
the little pageant here, you know, you want to keep it looking nicely, right? That's all it is about. I love this FM car, Mac. This thing has really helped me quite a bit already.
Okay.
Christer, the other thing I would recommend also is in your customization, if you're using real ops, make sure that all your settings here for the refuel time, packs, boarding time, cargo, load time, catering, is all set to real, so that it takes longer, because otherwise what's going to happen is, the Ziba's going to be done way before the real ops is done, and it also kind of then misaligns the pageant, if you know what I mean. So that's just another tip for you guys. That's how I do it, and then it's more closer to each other. Morning, Jet Power. Seven degrees, Mac. It's not that cold, yeah?
It's not cold in the UK either.
Yeah, it's 10 degrees at Heathrow, according to my planning.
Yeah. And low winds.
Nice. Very low, yeah.
Take nothing, 136.
And the nice thing about real ops is, when you're fully loaded, you don't want to wait for the visuals to complete. You just click the stop button, clip, switch it off, it's done, you go. Start my APU so long. Might as well use the fuel pump in case we need to wait a bit. But it's in that position where I actually feel we can go. So this is done. The doors should be closing, and we can just stop these guys now. Done. We're done.
Ground to cockpit. Please show me where you want to go.
I'm trying a new mouse today, Mac.
Tow is driving up.
My old mouse, for some reason, started when I click on a file name and it goes blue, and you can rename it as if you're pressing F2 on the keyboard, right? You can rename the file name. Once I press enter, or I click with the mouse next to it to enter that new file name, it's like my left mouse button gets stuck, and then when I move it, it highlights all the icons on my screen. So I'm trying the new mouse. This one doesn't do it. So I was initially thinking this is a Windows thing after the last update. I don't know what it is about, but now I do it with the new mouse and it doesn't do it. So I don't know how come it thinks it needs to do it in the other mouse.
All of them closed and disconnected, then I will proceed.
Sticky micro switch.
Yeah, that's all I can think of, huh? Something
all
there.
All patches are closed, ready to connect.
Before start procedure. And now she's not listening to me again. Hold on. Yeah, she's not starting. I hate when she does this. And if this thing bombs out now, I'm not even gonna try and fix her. I'll cry.
Before start procedure.
Tow connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Alright.
Before
Let's
start
see who's
procedure complete.
remaining yet. Nobody. Yeah.
Starting pushback. And you may start engines.
Starting number 2 engine.
Real Ops, Christer, gives you the timing. I see the maximum I've been able to get out of it was like 15 and a half minutes. Okay, so it's not 45, but it is a longer period than what I'm used to, especially because I'm doing all the testing and stuff, you know. When I do testing, I don't want to sit here and wait.
25 and 2.
Then I put everything to instant, and it must just run. Good morning, Alex. Alles goed en jy?
Starter cutout.
That's the only thing that's
Ready
still
for
bugging
before
me.
start
That trim
checklist.
just doesn't look right to me.
Starting number 1 engine.
And for those wondering what those things are, those are the other traffic in the area, obviously, guys close by. We wanted to show that to you guys
complete.
before,
Set parking brake.
and then we don't get the chance. You know, it doesn't happen. So,
Disconnecting tow.
25 and 2.
Stand by.
Christer, yes and no. It doesn't matter when you do the trim as long as you do it. I mean, if you have winter ops, you do the trim before you actually go on the runway. You do the whole taxi and everything without flaps and setting trim. The thing is, this the CG will not appear after you push back. You have to do the CG at the
Starter cutout.
at the stand.
Engine start
But
procedure
then,
complete.
if you missed it like I do, all you do is you come and get your CG over here. Oh, come on, man. 21.6. You know, so you fill it in.
Type has been removed. Hand signal on the right. We'll see you next time and have a safe flight.
You fill it in and then it gives you your trim. As easy as that. You know, if you spawn on the runway and stuff like that, you're going to do a quick flight and you can't get your CG. That's the only way you're going to get it. It's just right there on the FB. Exactly. Exactly.
Before taxi procedure.
Captain, passengers are asking for a cozier temperature.
Before taxi procedure complete. I am ready for before taxi checklist. Trim up. Ready for before taxi procedure. Taxi lights on.
Morning, Andrew. Morning, Goofy. No worries, Andrew. Tomorrow's another day. No, I haven't spoken to the developer yet. My last message to him was settle down and then we talk.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for takeoff. Before takeoff procedure. Before takeoff procedure complete. Ready for before takeoff checklist.
Geneva traffic Skymatic 001 taking off runway 22.
Approaching 2-2.
I know we're talking
Runway 22 confirmed.
simulator and all that, but
On
there's a
runway
couple of
22.
things about that real ops that I find unrealistic.
Mm-hmm.
Follow me car would never add to the runway.
Okay, but that's not part of real ops. That's the jar design follow me car, Mac.
That was follow me car,
Yeah.
sorry, I'm talking about the follow me.
Yeah.
Takeoff thrust set. Throttle hold.
that's lovely. That's a lovely takeoff.
Acceleration altitude.
What's your outside air temperature?
6.
Have you got engine anti-air or not?
Yes.
Oh, sorry. Just double checking.
Flaps 1 set.
Morning, Jacob. Yeah, well, Zibo's still working on it, and when he's done, we can worry about that. It's one of the reasons I do these flights is so we can see all the little
Flaps
quirky
up and
things,
set.
you know, when he goes and Dexter goes and check it afterwards,
Approaching
you know,
transition.
lots of things they see.
Transition altitude.
Yeah, Goofy, chase them. Yeah, you guys, if you don't mind, hit the like button. I think this is more related to Zibomod, so this is on Zibo to make sure that everything matches.
Flight level 100. Landing light switches off.
Yeah, guys, I know we all wire differently and we all look at different aspects and things like that, but that is very true. You need to enjoy yourself. Otherwise, it doesn't help, and then we're just wasting time. See, I've got ATC.
Departure is Bublis, Bravo Uniform Bravo Lima India 2 Whiskey. Departure and flight level 80.
Yeah, the competition will open at top of the climb and then run until just before top of descent, Andrew.
C'est pas correct. Air France Québec Novembre, veuillez Unicom 122 décimal 8, au revoir.
Unicom 122 décimal 8, Air France 44, Québec Novembre, merci.
France 333, c'est 27 grammes dégagé par Zulu.
Air France 333, vous avez un parking à Godol?
On n'a pas de temps à faire.
Copié, vous souhaitez quand même les parkings Air France ou au plus court?
Parking Air France.
Copié Air France 333, traversez piste 27 gauche, roulez terminal 2 Fox via Bravo et Tango Fox 6 pour Fox 03.
Right, guys, I've opened the competition because it's the last one for the FM car. You guys might as well get going already. So, Jet Power, your entry was accepted and you guys can let it rip. Get into the draw. It's now officially open. Paris Control, schematic 001. We are approaching intersection Kellogg from the south, flight level 201. Squawk 3054 and climb flight level 340, schematic 001.
Mobile 9 Whisky pour un guidage ILS piste 25 au Bourget, rappelez prêt à descendre.
Like I've got ATC in my ears, so if you need me, just make sure I hear you.
merci.
Okay.
For flight level 350, inbound fuel.
Donc Gotham 91, pardon, je me suis trompé pour l'arrivée, ILS piste 27.
Ouais, c'est ce que j'étais en train de regarder. ILS 27, Mobile 9 Whisky. Alors j'ai Mobile 1 Whisky. J'ai pas la 9 Whisky, mais on prendra un guidage radar au pire.
Moi j'ai la 9 Whisky là maintenant, mais prenez ce que vous avez en Mobile et version Whisky et je m'adapterai.
C'est reçu Mobile 1 Whisky pour nous, alors merci de Gotham 91. On fera une intégration directe, c'est possible pour l'ILS?
Oui, pas de souci, prévoyez le guidage radar.
C'est reçu, merci pour Gotham 91.
Paris Control, hello, Bird 9044, how do you read?
Bird 9044, sorry for that. I copy 5, good morning, you are at fine, claim and maintain flight level 350.
Maintain flight level 350, Bird 9044.
Côté Rogue 5, numéro piste 23, autorisé décollage, vent 250 degrés du 9. KLM 172, descend flight level 110.
110 from KLM 172.
Soleil 72-54, Véguélicom 122 décimal 8, au revoir. Côté 91, vous pouvez tourner à droite si vous allez sur Zébek.
En plein direct Zébek, côté 91.
KLM 172, vectors ILS approach runway 27 right, turn left, heading 220, and descent altitude 5,000 feet, QNH 1025.
Descend 5,000, left 220 and QNH 105 for KLM 172.
Rogue 5 identifié, montée niveau 330 initialement.
Okay, I need you guys to check my audio now. I've just enabled a little bit of a noise gate again because even my breathing triggers this microphone, and
start approved on Whiskey 2 taxiway facing.
I just want to make sure that it doesn't disturb anybody, you know, so I've tried. Let me know if you can still hear me normally. I checked the Discord, I saw. Thanks, Krister. Thank you, Jet Power.
To level off.
Thanks, George. Just a normal flight, George. Obviously, everything is recorded. And if we see something that's not right, glaring at us, we're obviously going to tell Zibo, So it's always kind of a test flight, but I think it's leaning more to just a normal flight now.
Zéro, côte à côte.
Itinéraire 572 Juliette, descendez niveau 240.
240, tu dis faire 572.
KLM 172, turn right, heading 230, cleared LS approach, runway 27 right.
Turn right, heading 230, clear for LS approach, 27 right, KLM 1.
Yes, George. If you guys recall, a couple of months ago, I said a couple of times here on stream, let laminars settle. Once we know where they are, we can catch up, and then everything worked to plan. I'm really happy with the progress. I'm really happy, that we didn't chase our tails all the time to try and keep up with all the experimenting, and I think we are reaping the fruits now, it's turned out nicely. Zibo needs to balance the last few things in this iteration, and then I think we all agree it's much, much better, yeah, and then we take it from there, and then we can start looking at other stuff again. The one thing I'm not clear of at this point in time, while we are here, let's just have a look. We were discussing a hung start in failures the other day. Damage engines, right? Oh. Yeah, there is no specific mention of a hung start unless it is, part of the ECC or something.
1906 taxi holding point runway 24 via Whiskey 2, Whiskey 1 and Whiskey 42 or Whiskey 41 at discretion for your departure.
Brumi, there is a version for Explain 11, but the development there is stopped, so it is what it is. You either use it and enjoy it, or you go to Explain 12 and get the latest. Hey downtown, morning, hello Rory.
C'était 333, au revoir. Au revoir. Totam 91, tournez à droite, cap 230.
À droite au 230.
Morning, Crescendo. No, not at all. The jump from Explain to MSFS is going to be huge. We're not doing this for money. We're doing this in our spare time. We've got, family, work, businesses. I don't see that happen anytime soon, if ever.
Continuation 572 Juliette, poursuit la descente en vecteur Unicom 122 décimales 8, à bientôt.
122 décimales 8, itinéraire pour le contrôle, je vous souhaite.
Merci, à bientôt. KLM 172, runway 27 right, clear to land, wind 260 degrees 15 knots.
Clear to land 27 right.
Schematics 45 manner, radius Mach number 0.76.
0.76,
Thank you, George. Yeah.
Cotam 91, descend d'altitude 3000 pieds, QNH 1025.
My FS 2020 and 2024 have not operated in months, if not years. In 2024, I did one circuit in the 170. That's it. In 2020, I did lots of flights, but it's kind of not a priority for me right now. I mean, everything revolves around the X-plane stuff for me as well. The whole story with me specifically, and I think the rest of my crew, has always been around helping each other, you know, having a community, having friends. That is why a lot of people are struggling to fit in with us, because they don't want to be friends. They want to use and abuse, or they want it to be so professional that it's a pain in the ass, you know. And us guys who decided to all become friends together, you know, we're going places, we're doing things together as friends. And I'm glad that you guys like that idea, you know.
Cotam 91, tournez à droite, cap 230 et autorisé à approcher la piste 27.
Confirmé à droite, 230, c'est au 230 là.
Ah bah alors, oui, ok, pardon, du coup il doit y avoir la petite correction avec la dérive sur le radar. Donc bah au cap, autorisé à approcher la piste 27.
On est autorisé ILS 27, ouais, effectivement, hein, j'ai 35 nœuds de dérive, donc ça déconne un petit peu. On est autorisé ILS 27 pour le projet.
Rogue 5, maintenez niveau 330, information d'un Boeing 737 dans vos 2 heures pour 25 nautiques droite-gauche qui est stable 1000 pieds au-dessus de la 40.
That's nice, Tommy.
Schematics 0001, traffic information, Piaggio 180 on your 10 o'clock position, 22 miles, left to the right, maintaining 1000 feet below your level.
Skymatic 001, we have the traffic on TCAS. Thank you, sir. We'll keep an eye out for them, Skymatic 001. It is.
Je vous ai vu faire un gros virage sur la...
Oh, this thing is sensitive when you zoom
C'est un
in.
nouveau cap pour intercepter.
Ah, no use.
Alors là, je me suis mis en app sur Charlie Ford 27 là, pour l'interception.
Ok, reçu. And 708 Mach. Question Paris Control, good morning, identified. Continuous cleared and maintain flight level 370. That's level 3 system already, America 1906, line up runway 24, set for takeoff, wind 25 degrees, 11 knots.
There goes the traffic.
Rock 5, pardon, vous avez été coupé, répétez.
Excusez-moi, vous étiez en communication Europe 09 pour vous dire que j'ai modifié mon plan de vol. Ça peut vous arranger.
Reçu, merci. Et Rogue 5, répétez le message.
Rogue 5, on a vu le trafic et on a croisé, on est preneur de monter vers le
Rogue 5, c'est approuvé, il y a 7 nautiques en éloignement, montée niveau 380.
At V Skycheck donated 100 Swedish kroner through Super Chat. Thanks for all the effort.
Thank you,
I've been with
Krista.
for a couple of
Appreciate
years
it.
now, but still learn and enjoy the Zubo. Thanks.
Thank you so much. Appreciate it, Krista. Even I still learn, man. You know, just when you think now you've achieved a level, another level is given to you. It's actually flipping amazing. I love it.
Skymatics 04, are you ready to descend?
Skymatic 04, we've got 20 miles to top of the tank.
Copy. Olympia 1906 identified, climb by acid, flight level 310.
11 right here at Zulu 3. I'm searching for gate Eco 22 at terminal to Eco.
KLM 172, roger, cross runway 27 left, then taxi terminal 2 Echo, stand Echo 22 via Delta, Foxtrot, Romeo and Tango Echo 2.
Cross 27 left and Delta Foxtrot Romeo Tango Echo 2 for gate Eco 22 for Telemann.
Cotam 4 France, piste 27 au Bourget autorisé atterrissage, vent 240 degrés 12 nœuds.
240 degrés 12 nœuds autorisé atterrissage au Bourget.
Schematics 04 due to airspace restriction, please begin your descent, flight level 240 and call me back passing flight level 280.
Down to 240 for Sky Magic 04, I'm going to call you back at 280 Sky Magic 04.
Schematics 220, descent flight level 340. Volotaire 1906, proceed direct to Luval, Lima Uniform, Victor Alpha Lima.
For time descent, power 2 for the reverse flight, comment for
Cotam 91, copier, vous êtes tout seul au sol du Bourget, vous pouvez rouler à convenance et traverser la 03 si besoin, quitter en arrivant bientôt.
Right guys, I've got 7 entries into this final draw, and if you guys want to get in, you better get going and get your entries in. I'm gonna start doing the prepping for the descent, so we've got time to do everything.
Bird 944, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Unicom 22.8, speak to 944. Have a nice weekend, bye-bye.
Thank you. Herald 5, Unicom sur 22, décimal 8, bonne fin de vol.
Unicom 22, très long terme,
Schematics 04, monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
122.8 to Sky Mileage 04, thank you for the coverage, sir, and you have a wonderful day.
You too, bye-bye. Schematics 220, start descent flight level 240.
Have a good day, bye-bye.
Thank you, bye-bye.
No, my mathematics suck.
1147, go flight level 298.
KLM 47 Golf, Paris control, bonjour, pass the message.
Okay, nothing else required there.
KLM 47 Golf, Paris, bonjour, pass the message. KLM 47 Golf, do you read me?
I didn't understand what you said.
I just say hello, and do you hear me? Radio check. KLM 47 Golf. Now you are with Paris in France, and you are not in my airspace, so remain Unicom. Bye-bye. 122.8.
Contact Unicom 122.8. Goodbye. KLM 47 Golf.
And Skymatics 45 descent flight level 240. Schematics 45 just to advise you, you are in sequence 8 miles behind the previous traffic. It's just passing flight level 280 descending.
Roger, that's Schematics 45.
Schematics 220, you are 8 miles in front of the preceding traffic with higher speed, so monitor Unicom 122.8, bye-bye.
Monitor Unicom 122.8, we can always reach the moment with
Lisa 3442 Paris, good morning, squawk 1000. Air 029, vous quittez mes espaces, veillez Unicom 122 décimal 8. Pour information, Strasbourg est ouvert en 23 et la prochaine fréquence, ça sera la tour 119 décimal 250. À bientôt.
Alors, on a bien pris vos messages, merci pour votre service et bon week-end à Raffle 029.
Bon week-end. Mixer 3442, continuous flight, maintain flight level 220 and call me back over Romeo Lima Papa 0. Schematics 549er, you are now 10 miles behind the preceding traffic monitor Unicom 122 decimal 8. Bye bye.
122 decimal 8, and then you should serve the first one, 6459. KLM 172 gate E22, engine shutdown and disconnect. Thank you very much for the break. Have a nice weekend. Bye bye.
You're welcome, KLM 172, welcome to the all. Bye.
Not yet, George. No, we'll do it closer to top of descent. Got 69 nautical miles to go. I'm set up for the descent, so I think we'll do it at about 20 nautical miles just before. Yeah, when the little pip comes there, we can do the draw. You are still in the draw, my friend. Still in the draw. Those are the guys that are eligible. Anybody else who wants to join must just get their FM car 5 with the exclamation mark in there. And the rules are all published below the video. You know how it works. If you don't claim it before we get to the gate, we redraw. Then you forfeit your prize.
DHL 454 Paris, bonjour. Alors, du coup, je suppose que vous avez eu ma clairance par CPDLC, mais j'ai pas eu votre réponse. Copier. Il y a un numéro de repoussage approuvé face au nord, et vous pouvez juste me confirmer la suite que vous avez reçue pour vérifier. Ok, merci beaucoup.
Well, you've got one more chance. You've got a 1 in 7 chance today. Yes, I don't know. I don't know VR. I can't tell you if it even works in VR. I hope it does. But you're right, it should be very nice.
Hotel 1906, monitor Unicom 122, the simulate good flight, buongiorno.
Artanas pilot, good morning.
Air France Romeo Papa 47 Paris, bonjour.
Ready for descent procedure.
Air France 47, vous souhaitez le dernier métard de Gaulle ou pas? France 47, donc enregistré à 9h Zulu en automatique, le vent 260 degrés 17 nœuds, visibilité supérieure ou égale à 10 km, overcast à 1800 pieds, température 12 degrés, point de rosée 9 degrés, QNH 1025, et temporairement le vent 250 degrés 15 nœuds, rafale à 25 nœuds. Vous souhaitez le départ de l'aéroport d'arrivée? Ou vous souhaitez le séance de départ? Oui, pas de souci. Donc un départ l'envie 6 Bravo, piste 26 droite, niveau 100, transpondeur 1000.
Morning, Steve. Yeah, Goofy. There are one or two guys that might be able to do it, but I haven't really asked them. I must just ask them and see if one of them don't want to do it for me. That'll be cool. Begin descent to 40, schematic 001. Due to my speed, I better keep my eyes on my speed. Pulling speed brake to help a little bit. Trying to catch up with the other guys. They're way ahead of me. Yes, and it's got the lavatory vehicle which Zibo doesn't have, but the rest is much of a muchness. Yeah, it's just the people that are different. In this version 28, one of the things, and I forgot to put it in the release notes, that Zibo fixed was he also removed the fuel truck from his ground services, because in the week I noticed when I did another test flight that both fuel trucks would appear even if I disabled the Zibo ground services. So that's also been part of this fix now. So you'll only see one fuel truck. Yeah, no, it's all good. Last time I flew over.
Bye-bye.
Unicom 122.8, schematic 01. Thank you for your service. Good day.
Bye.
Right, I'm in Unicom now. But I don't want to say, oh yes, the last time I flew over London, my sim actually did crash. So I'm really hoping that it does not do the same nonsense. yeah, it's a very badly optimized area. One of the things I actually did before this flight is I actually pulled my graphic sliders a little bit to the left just to take some of the strain off the system. I quickly spawned at Heathrow at gate 502 and I actually checked I had about 50 FPS at that time. So I'm hoping that there will be enough resources and there won't be any crashes. And then one of the other things I did this morning, just also before the flight, was I cleared my shader cache just to make sure that whatever it loads will be fresh. I also disabled my Orbex True Earth scenery in the UK, so all the regions, just to give the simulator a better fighting chance to actually just survive flying into London. It sounds so ridiculous when you start talking about it, but you know, you got to do what you got to do if you want to go there. So there you go. Yeah, I see in the roadmap, the laminar roadmap, they're talking about clouds, cumulus clouds and stuff. They're going to have to fix a few things. I've noticed anomalies recently. Charles, I don't mind. Let's see how it pans out. I can always sidestep and do a visual landing. I don't mind. As you get closer and I get closer, we have a look-see. Your call sign, Bravo Romeo Tango 4 Charlie, is that the one? We'll make a plan, don't worry. When we get there, we'll do something. Yeah, I just used my X-organizer and then I read through a few things and I just disabled. Last night, for the first time in history, I actually went in and disabled a whole bunch of the laminar aircraft as well. I mean, I don't use them. I just figured, for the hell of it, while I'm there looking at them, just disabled them. X-organizer doesn't allow me to disable all of them. It's like there's a minimum requirement, it seems, you know, from just my observation. So once I got rid of. They're not showing up for me anymore. I've also removed the airport visual system and the airport navigator and, you know, all these little add-ons that you kind of pick up over time. You know, they start to clutter your system. And if you don't use them, lose them. There's no point in them taking resources, eh?
Heathrow traffic, Skymatic 04, establish ILA, T7 left, 10 miles left.
Krister. I was waiting for the VNAV path to get closer. Remember, I was very fast, right? Look at my speed. I've kept it up to try and catch up with the other guys. Otherwise, they sit the whole morning and wait for me again. So I had to add the speed brake to help. Hey, Steven. Much of a muchness. Yeah, we use it, so I don't know where it comes from, but yes. The latest version is actually really cool. I'll see with the landing. I wasn't really happy with the previous landing, but we'll see what happens now. Here you go, Krister. He's got plenty of his own data refs. What do you need, Jacob? Yeah, I'm glad you like it. I'm glad you like the accent and the voice. You know how many people don't like my voice? It's scary, and some of them actually tell me straight, we can't listen to you talk. We can't stand listening to you. And I've grown used to it over the years, but it's funny. My voice is my voice. What must I do? But Jacob, those things are already in there. I've got my seat belts on switches. Look, I mean, it's not perfect, but there you go. I'm running them from my Alpha yoke. You know, I mean, you must just go find them. You must always remember the Zibo data refs don't show until you load the Zibo, because that's the whole idea of the plugin. That's where it comes from. So see if you can find them. I'm pretty sure they should be in the install guide. If they're not, we can have a look at them. In fact, while we are here, let's just quickly look at them. Wait. Joysticks. Alpha controls. Switches. So I've got these ones, the 5, 6, 7, and 8. There, seat belt, there they are. Okay, no smoking signs, no smoking. There they are. It could be that is the only one he made, eh? But if you want more, if you've got the 3-position switch, and you can actually use more, because I've only got 2-position switch. Ask him on the forum. Ask him if you can't find it. I mean, I can't vouch that it's there or not there. Just have a look, and the rest, you have to ask him. But we better start slowing down. Yep. Okay, now we'll go check it, and if it's not there, ask him on the forum. Okay, Charles, if you are still listening, what I did was I took out the dog's leg a bit. Okay, so I'm gonna try and get in front of you just to help you out there. What I'll do is I'll run through to the end of the runway, and then you just come and land behind me. It's easy as that. You know, just make sure you've got auto brake 3 or higher set, and then, you know, full max, whatever. I think you're in an Airbus. and we'll do it. We'll join each other there on the runway then if we have to. Oh, you know what, Andrew? No, it's not done. It's not done. I'm sitting here thinking about other things. Sorry, guys. Let me do the draw quickly. Apologies. Wow, that's bad. Sorry. Oops. Right.
Flight
Are you
level
guys ready?
100. Landing lights switches
Give me a
on.
thumbs up. 1 or 2 thumbs up. Are you guys ready for the draw? Let's pull the trigger. 1, 2, 3. There you go. Crescendo is the winner. There you go. Crescendo, please contact me urgently on either Messenger or Discord. And if you can't get hold of me, drop a note here in the comments so I know to go look for you. Okay? If we do not talk before I get to the gate, I'm going to redraw and then you forfeit your prize. Okay? So please jump on the bandwagon quick.
Traffic in 459 on IR 271. 6 miles.
Approaching
Just
transition.
responded, Nico, and
Yeah, thanks, Mac. You're welcome, Crescendo, and thank you for participating. Yeah, the guys don't like the stream, it seems. It's terrible, eh? I mean, really, goofy. I think you need to bite some of them. Get some action going there. In Discord it's Skymatics, and in Facebook it's just Nico. If you look at the notes below the stream, go into show more or whatever it says on your device, you should get the contact details there, and then you can use any of those contact links to get hold of me. How do I put on the auto position? You mean here, these things? When I start in the morning, I make sure that they are both in the up position. So when I do this, it goes to auto. It's just that. So I don't use the bottom on. I only use the off and the auto. It's the only two I use because my switch only has 2 positions. Crescendo, there's the Zibo Pilots group. That's my Facebook group. If you go in there, you'll find my name there somewhere. You can just use Messenger to contact me, or if you are on Discord, just send me a PM. PM, whatever you call it. I see everybody calls it something different nowadays.
1000 to level off.
George, at least you're lucky in some respect, in something. Okay, Charles, it's getting to crunch time. I see I'm still quite a bit ahead of you, so this should be a fairly easy landing. I'll keep the speed up to 4 miles and then start throwing anchors.
Baseline traffic, 449, runway 27 left, okay.
Heathrow traffic, Skymatic 001 on the ILS for runway 27 left. Long landing and rollout at the end for traffic behind me. Right, speed brake is on. There's flaps 10. Crescendo, are you winning? Are you getting to me? There we go, I see it. There we go.
Radio altimeter.
There you go, thank you so much.
Cabin crew, take your seats, prepare for landing.
Okay, Crescendo, as luck would have it, I have your key. There you go, I've sent you the key in Discord. Please enjoy it and let me know. Have a good one, and thank you everybody for participating. We can get more stuff to give away through the year. We'll definitely do that.
Feet stabilized, Mr. Birch, altitude set.
Approaching 27 left. Flaps, flaps.
Ready for landing checklist. $500. Clear to land runway 27 left.
400.
Yeah, I think so. For the next competition, we'll say if you didn't like it and you can't prove it, you can't enter. We'll manipulate the system a bit. Okay.
Approaching decision height. 200. Minimums. 100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Speed brake up. Reverse unlocked. Auto brake in use. knots.
Yeah, close check and hold.
Yes.
Heathrow traffic Scomatic 001,
Great
runway
landing.
vacated.
You are
There you
professional.
go, Charles. All yours.
After landing procedure.
Thank you. Yes. Yeah, I try.
After landing procedure
Where did
complete.
these guys park? I don't know. Okay, I think what we'll do,
Flaps up and set.
we'll go down, we'll enter there. All right. Nope, no emergency needed. All good, all happy. Enjoy the birthday party. Send my regards. Thank you, Krister, and thanks for watching. Bye-bye. Enjoy it, Goofy. And there we are.
Ready for shutdown procedure.
Blah, blah, blah. Scenario. Excellent, excellent. Okay. Alright, so let's get the deboarding and stuff done.
Quick question, Nico. Somebody's raised a question in our Discord.
Yeah.
As deployment variant, you're on a gate without
Yeah.
a gateway. Can you see if you can cancel the forward stairs?
I did.
Cancel the stairs and see if you can deploy the air stairs.
Well, it was the air stairs that came out. You understand? So now, because look, I mean, my Zibo ground services are disabled, Mac. But because I now stopped here and my settings in the EFB says in a position such as this, it should put out the air stairs. Okay, it did.
Okay.
But because my real ops is also giving me steps, I just went to the EFB and I just cancelled the Zibo steps.
Okay, I was just wondering whether because the ground services changed that Zibo did, but if you're sure yours has deployed, then there's no problem.
Yeah, no, it depends again on the settings in the EFB. A lot of guys either never bothered to read the guides or they forgot about it. You know, we're all human. You got to go back, check the settings. You know, set it up the way you want it to be. It's very customizable, guys. You must just go do it. So there you go. That's the flight. Thank you everybody for watching and all your support. And I hope you guys have a good rest of your weekend. That's it for me.
John got his boat, Joe?
I presume so because some of the guys have already left. Oh, yeah.
Okay.
I've also left now, so yeah. No, I presume we got it.
Hello.
Hello, Uncle John.
Right. I'm talking to you in Geneva at the moment. But I found out something else with this FM card liquor. Once I'm airborne, if I open it, the menu is there.
Okay.
But when I start it up or when I arrive, like now, it's not there.
Oh. That's bloody strange.
He's asked me to talk directly to him, so I'm going to send him screenshots.
Do that. Yeah, 100%. That's perfect.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Okay,
Other than that, I'm finished for the morning. Thanks for the flight.
Yeah, no problem. Thanks for flying. And yeah, I'm going to say goodbye to the guys on stream. Thank you, everybody. Have fun. Morning, Guran, and goodbye, Guran. Talk to you next time.